She was ready to sign. The papers were stacked neatly in front of her lawyer giving a tired nod, her husband looking calm and collected. After months of battles, she just wanted peace. The settlement promised closure, a clean split, and the chance to finally move on. But buried inside those documents, hidden far away from her tired eyes, were assets her husband never wanted her to see. 7 different pockets of money he had quietly tucked away, each one designed to vanish from the settlement, each one meant to leave her with less than she deserved. This is the truth about divorce. It isn't just about what's on the table, it's about what's missing. And the money you don't see is always the money you were supposed to lose. Don't trust the surface. Don't assume fairness. Because the moment you sign without digging deeper, you give away the very assets that could secure your future. If you are facing divorce right now, subscribe to this channel. Every week, we reveal the traps, the hidden assets, and the secrets no one else will tell you. And leave a comment if you've ever discovered hidden money in a divorce. Your story might save another woman's future. Maria believed she knew her husband. They had been married for nearly 2 decades. They built a home together, raised children, shared vacations and celebrations. She thought she knew every account, every paycheck, every bill. But while she trusted, he planned. While she built their life, he built secret walls inside it. And when the divorce came, those walls held money she wasn't supposed to touch. The first hidden money asset, the secret bank account. It looked innocent. Every month, a few small transfers left their joint account, 50 here, 100 there. Maria thought nothing of it. He said it was for business expenses or small debts he wanted to pay off. She trusted him. What she didn't know was that those transfers fed a separate bank account under his brother's name. Over the years, the balance quietly grew. By the time the divorce papers landed on the table, that account held nearly $80,000. Had she signed without questioning, she would have lost every penny. The settlement only listed the visible accounts, their checking, their savings, the mortgage. The secret account didn't exist on paper, and in divorce law, if it's not disclosed, it's not divided. The second hidden money asset, the forgotten retirement funds. Maria's husband had changed jobs 3 times during their marriage. Each job came with retirement accounts, some small, some substantial, but in the settlement, only his current 401k appeared. The old ones were forgotten, left untouched, waiting, and worth more than $60,000 combined. It's a common trick. Men know that most women won't dig through decades of employment history. They rely on exhaustion, on trust, on silence. They know you want the fight to end, so you don't ask about the job he had 10 years ago or the pension he rolled into an account you've never seen. And so the money sits there, waiting for him, never shared with you. The third hidden money asset, the side hustle. Maria's husband was always busy. His main job covered the bills, but he always seemed to have extra cash for toys, for gadgets, for little luxuries. She assumed he managed well, but the truth was different. He ran a small, cash-based business on the side, unreported, undeclared, invisible to the settlement. It wasn't huge at first, a few hundred a month, but over years, it added up. He sold items online, fixed electronics for neighbors, flipped cars quietly with friends. None of it touched their joint account. None of it appeared on tax returns. By the time the divorce began, he had stashed nearly $40,000 from his side hustle. Maria would never have known, except she noticed a receipt. A stranger handed her a package on the porch with his name, but the business label didn't match his employer. She asked questions. At first, he laughed it off. But when pressed in court, the truth spilled out. Another asset, another pile of money nearly erased from her future. 3 hidden assets, 3 secrets buried in plain sight. Maria sat in shock as her lawyer pieced it together. The secret bank account, the forgotten retirement funds, the side hustle cash. Each one was big enough to change her future. Each one nearly lost forever. And she realized something terrifying. If these 3 existed, what else was waiting to be uncovered? That's when her lawyer slid another paper across the table. A property deed. A house she had never seen. A name she recognized. Her husband's cousin, listed as the owner. But the mortgage payments? They came from her husband's account. Her breath caught. She whispered, "What is this?" The lawyer leaned forward. "This," he said, "is the 4th hidden asset, and it changes everything." Maria's pen hovered over the settlement. Her hands shook. She thought she was done. She thought the nightmare was ending. But now she knew the real nightmare had only begun.
Maria's eyes locked on the property deed her lawyer had slid across the table. It looked ordinary enough. A house in a quiet neighborhood, listed under her husband's cousin's name. But the mortgage payments? They traced directly to her husband's business account. That's when she understood. The hidden bank account, the forgotten retirement funds, the side hustle, those were only the beginning. There were more assets, more secrets, more lies buried in paperwork designed to erase her future. The 4th hidden money asset, real estate under family names. It's one of the most common tricks. Men transfer property to brothers, cousins, or close friends. On paper, it doesn't belong to them. In reality, they control everything. They make the payments, they collect the rent, they hold the keys. And when divorce comes, that property simply doesn't exist in the settlement. Judges can't divide what doesn't belong to the husband. Maria's husband had been paying for that house for 5 years, thousands of dollars in equity silently removed from their marriage. If she hadn't pushed, she never would have seen it. The 5th hidden money asset, collectibles. It seemed harmless at first, a collection of watches, old coins locked in a box, a few paintings he claimed were just decorations. Maria thought they were hobbies, distractions, nothing of real value. She couldn't have been more wrong. Collectibles are one of the easiest assets to hide. They don't appear in bank accounts. They don't show up in pay stubs. And unless you specifically list them, they vanish in divorce. But the value can be staggering. Rare watches worth tens of thousands, paintings bought quietly and sold later for profit, even sports memorabilia secretly appraised and insured. Maria discovered her husband's watch collection was worth nearly $25,000. He never mentioned it once during the divorce. Another piece of her future, quietly stolen. The 6th hidden money asset, stock options. This was buried the deepest. Her husband worked for a large tech company. Every year he received stock options as part of his compensation. They weren't on his paycheck. They weren't in their joint account. And in the settlement papers, they didn't appear at all. Unvested stock options are often the most valuable hidden asset. Husbands argue they aren't real income yet, that they're future money. But the truth is simple. If they were earned during the marriage, they are marital property. They count, and they can be worth a fortune. Maria only found out because a coworker congratulated her husband at a company party. "She must be excited about the options," the woman said. Maria froze. Options? What options? The next day, she demanded records. The truth surfaced: nearly $100,000 in potential stock deliberately excluded. The 7th hidden money asset, offshore and online investments. This was the one that nearly slipped away forever. While combing through emails, Maria noticed references to an online trading account she didn't recognize, cryptocurrency. At first, she thought it was nonsense, a hobby maybe. But then she saw the balance. Tens of thousands in digital coins quietly growing, invisible to the settlement. And it's not just crypto. Husbands hide money in offshore accounts, online brokerages, hidden PayPal balances. anything they think their wives will never check. Unless you know exactly what to ask for, you will never see a dime. Maria's hands shook as she pieced it together. 7 hidden assets, 7 deliberate lies, 7 different ways her husband planned to strip her of what was rightfully hers. He thought he was clever. He thought exhaustion would blind her, that silence would keep her quiet, that trust would make her sign. But he underestimated one thing: her refusal to be fooled. When the evidence surfaced in court, the room shifted. His calm confidence cracked. The judge's questions grew sharper, and for the first time, Maria saw fear in his eyes. Not because she was taking more than she deserved, but because she had finally found what was hers all along. That's the truth about divorce. The real battle isn't over what's on the table. It's over what's hidden under it. Husbands don't just fight to keep what's visible. They fight to erase what you don't see. And the moment you stop asking questions, you lose. Maria almost signed. She almost gave up hundreds of thousands of dollars. But by refusing to stay silent, she uncovered the truth, and she secured her future. If you are facing divorce, remember this: hidden doesn't mean gone, forgotten doesn't mean lost, and silence doesn't mean safe. Before you sign anything, demand answers. Ask about every account, every job, every benefit, every piece of property, every collectible, every investment. If you don't, no one else will. 7 hidden money assets, 7 traps, and now you know them. So don't be the next Maria who almost lost everything. Subscribe to this channel. Every week, we reveal the secrets, the traps, the clauses they don't want you to see. Share this video with someone who needs it, and leave a comment if you've discovered hidden assets yourself. Your story could be the warning that saves another woman's life. Remember, the money you don't see is exactly the money you're meant to lose. Don't let them hide it. Don't let them steal it. And above all, don't sign until you know the truth.